Curries' voice in life's sweet line. Sheriff Miller by his side. Lively blue reds, heart supply.
All right, time for your Hot Stove League here on B1039. Hello,
Bob.
Pat.
Morning, Bob.
Hey, what's up?
Just seems like I saw you yesterday.
Yeah, I know,
morning.
really.
Yeah,
You got to stop meeting like
this.
this.
Time we had a lot in already. We had some great guests yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, it was fun.
Who were they again? I forgot.
I'll have to go
Jeff
look.
from North Woodland Taxidermy. And,
Right, Cody
And, yeah.
from Two Hats Ranch.
Two Hats Ranch, yeah.
Yeah.
We could have had them on today for sports even.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we can't because we got three good ones.
There you go.
They were good, but these guys are even better.
Ooh. But,
We got a mixture of
High bar
windy day today, huh?
it is. As I said to Steve a little while ago, our colleague up in Cadillac Ridge posted, here it is, the sun's coming up at 7:30, the leaves are all down on the ground, and it's 66 degrees.
Yeah.
Go figure.
I remember in 1959 we had a winter like that.
Yeah, oh, we
You
did.
remember
Okay.
that, 59?
I was just getting born.
Oh.
So you had a few years
What was
ahead of
that
me.
like?
Like
Were
getting
you
born?
a big baby?
Was I what?
Were you a big baby? How much did you weigh at birth?
I don't remember. I mean, I don't think I was that big. Yeah, I think I was a normal size,
You
but
just
then
worked on it.
I worked at it.
All right, hey, let's get
Mac and
right with
cheese.
the show here. I asked these two gentlemen on my left here about 2 years ago when they were sophomores to be on the radio show, and we put this date in. Here we are, Caiden Schuberg and James Brandt. A little bit of history on both of those guys in a minute. And then we have Chad Coon with me, martial arts expert. He's got a life story I want to hear, and you folks are going to hear about today because you know it's all about life. Sports is a great venue of life, but what made these guys where they are today, we're going to find that out here shortly. I want to thank our sponsors. Who are they again, Bob?
Oh, they are. Turn that up. They are Zots Bar and Grill.
There you
Doug
go.
and Roxanne. Get ready to go over for a burger later on.
Yeah.
That sounds good. And, of course, Big Rapids Tire.
Yeah.
Everybody there, and they take care of you.
Thank
Right down Northland Drive.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Well, anyway, Chad, welcome.
Hey.
Yep. Get right up to that mic like I do and talk right into it, and then the people are going to hear your wonderful voice. Chad is a remarkable young man. He wasn't a big man going into high school, and he was kind of bullied, weren't you, Chad, a little bit?
A little bit, yeah.
Yep. And you're from Reed City.
Yep.
Went to Reed City, and tell us a little bit about your experience and why you are who you are today.
I started out at a young age wrestling. Started wrestling when I was 4 years old. My dad got me into boxing when I was about 8. Started doing taekwondo and a little judo and stuff. And then it just sort of led into, wrestling in school, wrestling in like My Way, which used to be USA Wrestling. Now it's My Way, but started doing that, did that for years, and then ended up getting a scholarship going down to Missouri and wrestling down there in college. And then I was working at a bar down there and bouncing, and one night I threw one of the football players out from the football team, and there was a promoter out on the street and asked me if I wanted to come and fight for him, and that's when I started fighting. So
Well, in today's world, it's a wonderful world. We have a wonderful world we live in. We're very grateful for God and everything's given us. Some people go through some tough times in life. My mouth got me out of trouble most of the time. I don't think I ever got in a fight that I remember anyway. If I would have, I probably would have got my, beat. But you, on the other hand, were a small frame fella, and tell us your experience.
Yeah.
And the reason I say this is because it leads up to why more kids maybe should just get into your classes that you make available to the public. Anybody can get there. A self-defense.
Yeah.
You had a bigger fella, twice size you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he kept picking on you.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I never broke I didn't break 100 pounds till probably my sophomore year in high school. So I was a really small guy. But, my parents always told me, you don't back down, always stick up for yourself. And so that's what I always did.
Well, I'm not trying to promote fighting on here, folks, but I'm just telling you, here's a young man, didn't hit 100 pounds, being bullied by a kid, probably 150, 160, whatever, doesn't matter. But this kid thought he had the upper hand on you, and you showed him the difference. And after that, what'd you get? You got respect, right?
Yeah, actually, we became really good friends afterwards, which was, and we've been friends for a long time. So It sort of worked out well that way. I didn't really want it to pan out that way. I didn't want it to happen. But when you're backed in a corner, you got nothing to do.
I know you wrestled professionally, and you've been around the United States a little bit doing that, and you came out of it. You're looking great. You're not beat up. I'm thankful for that because I've known you for a lot of years. And be honest with you, I never went to one of your matches because I just can't. I couldn't take it if I saw you get your whip. But you're very fortunate. I don't know what your record is, but now you're teaching that to a lot of kids, aren't you?
Yeah, we do a kids jiu-jitsu class 3 nights a week. We do Wednesday night at 6:30, Friday night at 6:30, and then we do Sundays at 2:00. And it's a traditional gi martial art that we do with the kids. We got a handful of kids, right around 10 or so, that coming out, and the age range is from, I have kids that are 5 years old all the way up until they're 16, 17 years old. So.
Yeah, and I was fortunate enough to observe your teachings over there, and you don't really teach them to go out and find a fight.
No.
You teach them
self-defense.
And self-defense, yeah, that's good. Now, you got something coming up here pretty quick.
Yeah, we're actually doing a cage fight in Cadillac, which we have some local guys that are from around the area who are professional and amateurs, both, that have been training with me for years. And what happened was the promoters in Michigan here, from Muskegon to the Sioux, there was nothing. So the promoters sort of got a hold of me, and I fought for 20 some years, and they said, we need something. We need something in that area because a lot of the talent that's here is not being seen. And so we sort of got together, and I'm like, well, I'm about done fighting, so I still have my fight license. I could still fight, but, I'm 44 now. So yeah. Getting up and moving around like that is a little, those guys are all younger. It's a young man's game now. They talked to me about, trying to get something in this area. And before the state came in and sanctioned everything, we were doing shows in Cadillac. That was probably, 8 or 9 years ago was, I think, the last one that we did. And now they've made it easy enough to where, other normal people can just try to put more shows on. So we decided to try and bring it back to the area. We have a couple of Lucas Harmon, his dad's a teacher at the middle school there. He's going to make his professional debut on the card in Cadillac, November 16th. And then Adam Kerr from Reed City. He was a wrestler in Reed City for years, graduated from Reed City. We have a couple other kids from right around the area that are all going to be on the card that have been training with us for the last couple of years. And they're all going to sort of put on a show. So we're super excited for it to happen.
So how, if a person wanted to go watch that, how would you get tickets online?
We have some tickets on Eventbrite, yes.
Eventbrite.
Just our general admission, which we have Two-Piece Promotions is the name of the promotion. And if you go to our page, we have a Facebook page. If you go to the page, there's a link there where you can get on and buy tickets on Eventbrite. The closer seats, the VIP seats, and the table seating right up front, we have physical tickets, so you could get with like one of the local fighters if you see them on Facebook or something like that. You can get with them. They all have tickets available, ready to buy, or you can just get them at the door. So
if they, going back to what you teach, if somebody wanted to have their son come in there and learn self-defense, how would they get a hold of you? Your number? Or just
they could get on. We have a Coon MMA Facebook page, or they could contact me on Facebook, just me individually. They could also just stop by and check it out. We're at 823 West Ave, right down past the fairgrounds on the left-hand side. And they could stop in any night that we have practice. Usually we have practice every night of the week except for Monday. So they can stop in 6. I'm usually there from 4:30 on till about 8. So, and we have tickets available there too, where people can stop in and buy tickets for the fight too.
Good. November 16th, Bobby.
Yeah, where's that going to be? The Wex?
Wexford Civic Center.
At the Wex, okay.
Yep.
So, and for people who are new to this or haven't seen this is a big difference between this and they call professional wrestling with the chairs and all that stuff. This is a whole different discipline.
Yeah, this is real.
This is, well, yeah, they say sometimes professional wrestling, it's a show.
Yeah.
It may not be real, but it's a show. But
Yep.
this is more showcasing the skills that these people have who are going to be participating in this. So
Yeah, exactly. And, and it's all ages, too. All ages shows. I mean, we'll have kids in the audience and with grandmas. We have a lot of grandmas that come. They love it.
Interesting, yeah. So the difference between this is, let's say, Thai boxing. And that's just one aspect of this, right? Where there's boxing involved in addition to the martial arts.
Yeah.
But this is all, the MMA is solely martial arts.
Yeah, it's mixed martial arts. So, we do jiu-jitsu, judo, Thai boxing, anything,
Okay, I see.
anything
Okay,
goes.
so that's all in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything's in there.
All right, so so a lot going on there. So
Yeah.
and it's interesting to trace back through the history because I've had many friends who have gone through self-defense courses like that, and the disciplines, how they evolved over the millennia to where they are now, and came from totally different places. And
Yeah.
it's all converged at this point.
Yep, the styles come from all over the world, and it's great the people that you meet and the community that it sort of develops with the guys. We have, I have some guys that come in that, they don't have they never had a good home life, or, they got bullied or whatever. And then I have other guys that come in that are, they've always been really well off, and they just want to find a focus and find sort of like an inner peace. And then I have older guys that come in too that they just want to do something to get in shape. A lot of veterans like to stop in,
Sure.
because that's sort of their forte, I guess. They come in and it sort of helps them mentally, makes them work through some problems that they have, and it's just beneficial to everybody.
Yeah. It's a workout that you wouldn't think you'd be getting. So
Yeah, exactly.
It's not running on the treadmill. It's a whole different thing because you got somebody who's fighting against you.
Yeah.
And so it's strategy as much as it is physical prowess.
Yeah.
And so if you have a kid and you have dreams of them being fullback on the football team, but it's just not going to happen. There's so many different avenues to explore, and this being one of them.
Yeah, and the good thing is that athletes nowadays are a little more diverse. So it's good to not just do one thing and focus on one thing. You're going to build skills everything that you do. So every sport you play or every event you do, you're going to pick up different skills. So to be great in one thing is really good, but to be good in everything is even better.
Right. Yep.
Well, great. Okay. Well, listen, when we come back from a little break here to Zot's Bar and Big Rapids Tire, let's do a little ad for them, eh?
Yeah.
Sponsorship ad.
So
We'll come
once
back.
again, let's get Chad's number here.
You can get a hold of me, 616-633-2549.
Good deal.
Or they can call me at the gas station.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
see me. I know Chad real well, and very. He's a big part of Big Rapids now. He's done a lot of great things for these young people, and I don't see him out there picking fights either. These kids are well disciplined, and
Yeah.
they're respected people, and
Yeah, it's like having a weapon. You have it, and you have it at your disposal.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's-
Unless you got like me, I can get out of it.
Yeah,
But
there
anyway,
you
so I don't need no weapons. Well, I carry 38.
Yeah.
But anyway, Bobby, take a break. We'll
Yeah.
come right back with Schuberg Brandt show here.
All right. On,
Thank you.
Curry's Hot Stove
Thanks,
League.
Chad.
Come say cheers at Zot's Bar and Grill in Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people, where everybody knows your name. Zot's, people's choice for best soup. You don't want to miss their award-winning burgers and chili as well. Originally opened in 1933 and serving it up ever since. Seasonal beers on tap. Located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Roxanne and Doug at Zot's Bar and Grill are proud sponsors of the Signature Player of the Week for the Curry's Hot Stove League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
Hey, this is Andrew from Big Rapids Tire. Putting off winter, good idea for some, but in reality, pretty much impossible. And if you wait too long to get snow tires, you'll be saying,
should have done it sooner. Dang it.
or something slightly more harsh. Last thing you want is to be slipping and sliding, or even worse, delayed, because you can't get out of your driveway. Get fresh new snow tires from Big Rapids Tire. There's no better feeling than to confidently take on the roads in the rough weather with good solid snow tires on your car. Confidence and peace of mind. Priceless. Big Rapids Tire. There for you, whatever the weather. Fast and friendly service on Northland Drive, just north of Big Rapids. Call 796-4839. That's 796-4839. Big Rapids Tire.
Quarter after 9 at B1039. Back to Pat Curry.
Top of the line.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a great show this morning. Thanks, Chad. That was a lot of information for us all to get from you, and good luck on the venue up there in Cadillac. Big Rapids High School, you know, we got some great athletes. More importantly, we got some great parents. And I tell you, I seen it coming a long, long time ago. Ben Brandt, Cheryl Brandt, raising 4 boys out on this little farm on Milton Avenue. Ben's one of my heroes, like several other young men in Big Rapids. It's not what you are, it's what you produce, I always say. You know, you are a production of your family. Ben Brandt obviously had a great dad and a great mother. Cheryl, I know you all know Cheryl Brandt comes from probably one of the best northern Michigan families. Now, I'm not blowing smoke either. They're the Fishers from up in Irons Way. If you ever heard of Dublin Store, they're the founders of that. Grandpa was, right? Yep. Right, James? And my wife just loves going up there, and not only just because of the quality meats and the fish and all the other things they have up there. Noah's makes these, what are they called? My wife had to buy one of those up there.
He makes cutting boards.
Cutting boards, thank you. And, you know, she saw that on end cap. Now, that's a grandpa supporting a grandchild. You know, he wants him to be an entrepreneur, and Noah's turning into that. But each one of the Brandts are independent people. And that's what it takes. You don't raise them all the same way. Every one of them's individual. Noah, he looks like he's going to take after his father, probably going into the real estate business. He's already has a duplex himself right now that he's remodeled. He's not even 20 years old yet, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, but, you know, it goes deeper than that. It's called blood. And both these boys have great blood in them. I tell you, I just adore Cheryl. I adore Ben. Now we talk about Caiden Schuberg. What can you say about a Schuberg? Schuberg is an institution of this town. I mean, you look at Schuberg Insurance, they had Schuberg Realty, Schuberg's Bars, world known. I mean, everybody knows Schuberg's Bar. Anytime any of my friends come to town, where do they want to have lunch? Zot's or Schuberg's, 2 of the biggest institutions in town. Well, I was telling the guys at the table this morning, these 2 were unlucky. They got to come in the gas station, and they were there for an hour. What did you think of those guys?
They were pretty good.
Yeah, wasn't it? It's out of the element for you guys, right? You probably never sat and listened to guys like these before, eh?
I love listening to old people like that.
Yeah,
It was pretty awesome.
I was wondering what you were going through there, because we don't really talk a lot of politics, do we? We just talk about people. I mean, having fun, right? The TV shows, we were talking about, Kim Wells brought up Google Archie Bunker with Tim Waltz, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Debate. And what Archie was responding to Tim Waltz. And it was funny, you know, and you got to make fun of it. You can't take it serious. And that's what somebody put this thing together on Google, so you have to look it up. But anyway, I was telling the guys this morning before Caiden Schuberg and James Brandt got there. They're our guests, by the way. I said, you know, in my lifetime, I know I have met 5 generations of Schubergs, of the Howard Schuberg family. Howard Schuberg was started Schuberg Electric. TJ and Lisa live out there on the farm across from Clear Lake. As you go around that curve on the left-hand side, that was Howard Schuberg Insurance. I got that in my mind. Electrical, Schuberg Electric, they called it. And that was his warehouse, more or less, and it's still there to this day. I knew Howard real well. He did everybody's electrical work, commercial and residential. He had a great crew going back to Dave Grant and Ridenhour, I think, and Terry, of course, Randy. And Keith was Howard's son, and I knew Keith real well. I don't think he got in that business, but he must have done a little bit of it. But I don't remember him as well as your great-great-great-grandfather, Howard. And then you got Keith, then you got Terry, and then your dad, and then you. So that's 5 generations. How many people can say that, huh? Well, now we go over to the Brandts. How many people? And I want some callers in if you're out there and you're hearing the show right now. Have you ever seen where three brothers have played on the same football team in a game? Bob?
I haven't, no.
No? Chad?
No, I haven't.
Well, we have here in Big Rapids,
Yeah.
the Brandts boys. James played. Austin, Baby, played. They call, I know him as Baby. Come on, help me out, James. What?
Baby's real name is Alexander.
Alexander, yeah. You know, they have nicknames for everybody, you guys. But anyway, Austin and Alexander and James played for the Big Rapids Cardinals here this last game.
Yep.
And it was just a terrific moment for your dad and mother and everybody else that was there, because everybody looks up to the Brandts. They're just a very good family. And that being said, you guys have had a great year. You're 8-1,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And if you had to play Paw again, I think it'd been a little better game, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that was your first game. You were a little rusty yet, didn't know the key players, what they had to do and all this and that. You got a really good coach. I'm real happy with Mike Seltzer. He's got a great group of assistants, too. We'll talk about them, too, what they mean to you guys. But talking about football right now, 8-1, you're going to go in against Ludington. How do you guys prep for that, Ludington? How are you doing that? James, you want to go first?
We just, first off, Monday we go through film and we just run through all their plays. We watch their games and stuff like that, and then we go through their kickoffs, and then that practice, and like Tuesday practice, we practice for them and get better.
Now, what do you think, Caiden? Where's your strength against Ludington?
I think we have to own them up front, O-line and D-line, just staying low and shooting off the ball and just reading our keys, doing what we need to do.
You guys have been doing that all year too, haven't you? You guys really came through at the line. You're a center, right?
Yep.
And then what do you play on defense?
I play defensive end.
Oh, okay. James, you're defensive end?
No, I play outside linebacker.
Okay. And then on offense, when you play on the offense, what do you play?
I play wide receiver.
Okay, good, yeah. Now, leading up to Ludington, you had a little scrimmage, Caiden. You said you had scrimmaged them this year, but that's not like a game.
Yeah, no. We scrimmaged them in August, right before school started. Yep.
Now, 8-1, a lot of times, young people, you guys I know you're very much mature than your age, but sometimes you might get a little cocky and say, hey, we're 8-1, we just beat Coopersville. You know, you see that in the NFL, like a Detroit Lions team back in the day would go out and beat Dallas Cowboys. No pun intended, Dan Spadowski, because Dan loves Dallas Cowboys. But they'd beat Dallas Cowboys, and then they'd play around a team like Tennessee that's 1-6 and get beat by them, you know. How do you guys stay focused on this game compared to in the back? You look back and you think Coopersville, you guys were the underdogs, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, you weren't. But it was a mindset for you guys. You have nothing to lose, right?
Yep.
And you went out. You went out for it, you know. And you got some great athletes on your team. I think this team here is one of the top 5 all-time best players that you have right now. So how do you lead up to Ludington? How do you keep your mind saying, you know, these guys are good. We can't focus on the next week, you know, against Christian or whoever you might be playing. How do you do that? What's in your mind right now?
Just focus on beating them, you know what I mean? And focusing on ourselves. It's us versus us, you know what I mean? Like, we're not worried about Ludington or who we're playing. We're worried about getting better every single day in practice and running through Ludington's offense and just trying to get better every day.
So who's your coach then, your line coach?
Coach Craven and Coach Pedigo. For O-line and then D-line, it's Coach Maynard.
Okay, so that Pedigo, I want to talk about him a little bit. He played Ferris, I think.
Yep.
Football, yeah, I know he did. He was a good football player. But he's even a better coach, isn't he? He's got some kind of talent there as a coach, doesn't he?
Yeah, he knows how to talk to us and, like, interpret stuff, like new stuff for us, and we get it quicker, yeah.
Yeah. And then how about you, James? Who's your coach then?
My coach for defense is Coach McCall.
Oh, great coach.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yes, he is. You know, and these guys don't treat you like babies, do they?
Nope,
But yet they show love, don't they?
they do.
Yeah, they care, don't they? Dave McCall, he's got a good talent with people. I mean, he's just a caring, good person. And I think Pedico is too. I think Kurt Dabowski. What's Kurt coach?
He coaches the wide receivers.
I remember he was one of the instrumentalists that got you guys in the weight rooms a few years back, right?
Yep.
I think so, yeah. Kurt used to open that up for you guys, and that helped a lot, didn't that weight room?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, prior to that, they weren't doing too much of that. But going back in your athletic life, Caiden, we won't get too sensitive here, but God has a plan for all of us. I truly believe that, and angels are taken away early. Your dad, I wouldn't call him an angel, but he is now. But he had a gift of coaching, didn't he? And baseball, you're a pretty good baseball player.
I'm all right, yeah.
Yeah, but your team is good too. Now we're getting off the cuff here a little bit, but you play baseball too, James, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Between the two games, is there similarities between the two at all?
I would say like mentally, they're both there, but obviously football is way more physical than baseball, where you're just trying to go out and hit the ball. So yeah.
Yeah. So Ludington is what, 6-2? I think
7-2. I'm pretty sure.
7-2. Yeah, I guess they play 9 games. Yeah. So they're big, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good sized team.
Yep.
You're not going to take them lightly.
No, can't.
And you already have your game plan, huh? What if the game plan doesn't work? Is your coach is sharp enough to say this ain't working? We got to go do something else. You ever had that happen this year yet, or not?
Not really, but I imagine if the game plan didn't work, our coaches are so good they'd find something that would work, and then we just hit that. So yeah.
Yep. But what I'm saying is, like, so you go into a game this year. Did you have a game like that, like Reed City? You guys were pretty tight at first against Reed City, and then all of a sudden blowout time.
No, we just stuck to our plan against Reed City. You know, it started off a little bit slow, but then after a while, it just picked up, and then we started rolling.
Yeah. What makes a team like your guys do that? Because the first quarter, you're kind of just out there feeling things out, and then all of a sudden you just put the power onto them. Do you wear them down? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, we do, but also we don't let our heads go down. Like if something bad happens, we know we're going to go out and fix it. So yeah, we just keep each other up. It's a real brotherhood out there. So yeah.
You guys are seniors this year.
Yep.
So last year you were on the team that beat Whitehall, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a big upset.
Yep.
What, after that game, did you guys realize that, hey, we are good?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Did you know it before that?
We knew it before, but just winning that really cemented it into everyone's head. Like, hey, you know, they were the number one team in the state, and we just beat them. We can hang with anybody.
Right. Then you got some really good players this year. We just want to talk about all of them, actually. I want you guys to do most of the talking, so just keep on going. Like the Bowman boys, Max and Jack. Well-disciplined boys, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're naturals, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, they're good on both sides of the ball. Yeah. Now, then you got Garrett Foster.
Yeah.
The word is that he's probably one of the best tailbacks we've had in Big Rapids in a long, long time. Would you see that in him? He's that good, eh?
Yeah, he's legit, and he's a great leader, great team player. He's awesome. Love him.
Oh, he's like his mother then. Yeah, there you go. His dad, he's quite the hunter, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
You guys hunt a lot?
I do.
Does that help you get your mind off things sometimes? Did you get out hunting?
Oh, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. But right now, this all year, you've been focused on football this year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Plan on going all the way, right? That's in the mindset?
That's always the goal.
Yeah. How about other coaches that you have there? You got Mike, you got Pedigo, you got Kurt, you got Dave. You got quite a staff there, don't you?
Yeah, we got a great staff.
Do you have more coaches than players?
Not quite.
Do you hear the stands roar when you guys do real well? What's that like? What's it like to win a game like that? I mean, your mother comes down, gives you a big hug. Is there big tears in it? No?
It's awesome, you know, especially like when we score a touchdown, you know, the fight songs, you know, and the flashing lights.
Right.
You can hear the stands. It's awesome. And then after the game, obviously seeing your family, it's like, obviously in 20 years, you're going to look back at that and be like, man, I miss it.
I know. Yeah. One thing you have is the film, though, right?
Yeah.
You can always look back at that. Any aspirations on going to college? You're going to go into electric, go Schuberg.
Yep.
You got to do that. How about you, James?
I think I'm going to go into the trades.
Are you? Good
Yep.
for you. What kind of trade would you go into?
Mechanics.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that. You know, you work at Muffler Man there. You've been there how long now?
About a year.
Art's good mentor, isn't he?
Yeah, he's good.
He's pretty sharp mechanic down there, Muffler Man. Yeah, that's good. How'd you get into that? Because your dad and Ma come from a carpenter side of life. You know, I mean, your dad's a painter and very successful businessman, and I guess he could tinker with a truck, couldn't he?
Yeah, he's okay with the truck.
Yeah. I had to drink that coffee. It's good. If you want some good coffee and it's cheap, go to Curries. But anyway, no. That being said, what do you guys going into baseball after football? Do you even think of that right now or not?
No, we're all everyone's on Ludington right now.
You got a good quarterback, Heist.
Yep.
He's leading the team pretty good. He's a young junior, isn't he?
Yep, junior.
Then you got some good quarterbacks. Your brother's a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, baby is.
Ninth grade, they say he can throw 60-yard football to the target.
Yeah, he can sling it pretty good.
Wow. Yeah, Chad, you got any questions for the boys? They wrestled, James. You wrestled, didn't you?
Well, baby wrestled for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I've worked with a lot, his brothers a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great athletes, great kids. Always respectful, because I've coached a lot in the area too and worked with a lot of athletes. And definitely one of the best families in Big Rapids.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so you don't wrestle anymore, James?
I do not know.
No. What would you just decide didn't care for it anymore?
I just didn't really have a passion for it.
The other two do, though.
Yeah, my little brothers are really good at wrestling. Yep.
He'll be a state champion probably.
Maybe someday.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, he's got a good coach. That's Bruce Hoffman, right? Or no, Bruce, who the heck is the high school coach?
Yeah, Hoffman.
Yeah, that's right. He's been there a while.
He's been there a while. Yep. Yep.
You go in and help them at all?
I usually get into a couple practices a year, but I hit all the schools in the area and try to get in a couple days, and show some things and help some kids out. Reed City, Everett, Big Rapids, all of them. So.
Yeah. What has it meant to you to be on this team right here? I know, Caiden, you said you're going to look back 20 years from now. Believe me, at blink of an eye, he'll be there. But what's it meant to you to be a Cardinal, and what's it meant to you?
Everything, especially this team. After my dad passed away, they've really they make every day so much easier to come in. We all love each other, and it's been awesome. All the coaches, just Coach Telzer said last night, he truly does love us, and he treats us just like we're one of his. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I know. Tonight you're having a big steak dinner out to Brandt's, huh?
Yeah, we are.
Wow, you guys are just very fortunate to have the parents and the coaches that you've had in your lifetime here. I mean, you are who you are, and they molded two good young men here. And I know we could have had the whole team come in here, but that being said, Ludington, and then you go on, but you're not looking past Ludington.
Nope.
No, can't do that, can you? No. Then you've been playing sports how long? Football?
I've been playing football since second grade.
Really?
Yeah.
Your dad coached you all the way through, too?
Yep, my dad coached me all the way up from second to seventh grade, and then he stopped then and started coaching Coop.
The first time I went to one of your baseball games, I'll never forget, your dad always said to me, he goes, you got to come to one of them baseball games, Pat. They're a good team. We got a real good team. I think it was about, 4 or 5 years ago. Well, you were young. I don't know if you were in high school, but you had a real good team. Dan Hatcher's kids on there. And
Yep, that would be Coop's team.
Oh, is that who
Yep.
it was? Wasn't you, huh?
Nope.
Well, they got beat that day. It's the only time I think they got beat. It was in a tournament play at Wincallum down there. And you guys, your dad handled it really well, the defeat. It was like, okay, we got beat, but we got beat by a better team today. It wasn't the end of the world. And that's where you guys probably came out of Paw Paw when you got beat down there, right? It's like, wow, what happened there, huh? I can't remember the score. What was that in Paw Paw?
I think it was 34-14 or something like that. I don't really remember.
But what changed you guys after that?
Well, I'm not wanting to lose again.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think you could beat him if you played him again?
I mean, I think it would be different, and I hope we do get to see him again just so we can get some revenge. But yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it'd be a way different game.
Yeah. Well, what else? James, talk about deer hunting.
I like just rifle hunting. I'm not really a big bow hunter. Those are my brothers. But me and my brothers, we get big into waterfowl hunting for duck and geese.
Yeah, you guys right into hunting, aren't you?
Yeah.
Remember that day I came up to your blind in the truck?
Yeah.
You remember that? You boys got real disappointed. Long mouths just dropped. I drove a truck up to their blind. And they, what's Mr. Curry doing? Them deer are going to stay away now. He drove up here. I had a diesel truck. I let it run. I walked up there, that blind with him, and I said, oh, no, the deer will come out now. They're not afraid of trucks, And all of a sudden, a 10-point come out. It was 8 or 10 point. You guys shot it.
Yep.
Got that big buck. You Schubergs all hunt too, eh?
Yeah.
Where are you hunting at?
I hunt behind my house, and then we have property in Remus.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got a good spot out there on 1 mile, don't you?
Yep.
whatever it is. Is it 1 mile over here?
Yeah, where I live, yeah.
Yeah, got some big bucks out there this year? Don't want to tell the world? Yeah. How about you? You see some big bucks, James?
Yeah, we got a few.
Okay, good. Bob, you got any questions for the boys? I know
I
they're
don't
wrapping
know.
up here, but
Talking about football and all that. It's all good.
yeah, no questions on football.
Nope.
That's pretty unusual for you.
What,
You like
me?
football, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Chad, how about you? You got any questions for the boys? Anything off the top of the head there?
No, not really.
Well, I sure appreciate you guys coming in today, and we'll take a break here and then finish it up.
Yeah, you should talk about your buck pole too.
Well, we could do that. Yeah, you guys do know we're having a buck pole this year. We got some great sponsors. We got some new ones, Sue Bean Realty from Big Rapids Realty, and we got Heather Miller coming in from Century 21. She's a realtor out there, does a great job, one of their top salesmen. She's gone ahead. She's going to buy one of those guns with us.
There you go.
And Tyler Schuberg informed me from Schuberg Insurance that he going to go in on a gun with us.
Okay.
So we're going to have quite a few guns.
You have a whole armory out there.
Yeah. Well, the thing of it is, normally the first guy comes in with the biggest buck gets it all.
Right.
This year, the biggest buck's going to get the shoulder mount from Woodland Taxidermy. Jeff Tyson up north here in Paris is donated first prize, and that thing's worth like $900 a shoulder mount. And so we're grateful for Jeff. And then second prize, third prize, fourth prize, we're going to have the best 6 points, 8 point, 10 point, or in between. The best one will get a gun.
Right.
Yep. So when you see that first big buck come in, no, there's other prizes. Not only that, but for everybody that comes in, we're going to have other prizes. Not everybody's going to get a prize if we have 100 people come in. But we have a lot of baskets that are donated by different body shops here in town, and some of the body shops are going in on guns. But what we're going to do at the end of the season, this is going to be a 15-day deal, or 16, whatever hunting season is. I can't remember what it is. But anyway, we're going to draw a name of, we're going to put all the participants' names in there.
Right.
And then at the end of the season, we're going to pick a name out of that bowl, and that person will win a gun.
There you go.
So if you got a 6 point, it's not the best 6 point in the world, but you want to get on the buck pole, get your picture taken, come on into Curries starting the 1st of November there, or 15th of November. And then, so you could still win a gun.
There you go.
All right.
Well, let's take that break and we'll be back.
Yeah.
On Curry's Hot Stove League B1039.
Hey, this is Andrew from Big Rapids Tire. Putting off winter, good idea for some, but in reality, pretty much impossible. And if you wait too long to get snow tires, you'll be saying,
should have done it sooner. Dang it.
or something slightly more harsh. Last thing you want is to be slipping and sliding, or even worse, delayed, because you can't get out of your driveway. Get fresh new snow tires from Big Rapids Tire. There's no better feeling than to confidently take on the roads in the rough weather with good solid snow tires on your car. Confidence and peace of mind. Priceless. Big Rapids Tire. There for you, whatever the weather. Fast and friendly service on Northland Drive, just north of Big Rapids. Call 796-4839. That's 796-4839. Big Rapids Tire.
Come say cheers at Zot's Bar and Grill in Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people, where everybody knows your name. Zot's, people's choice for best soup. You don't want to miss their award-winning burgers and chili as well. Originally opened in 1933 and serving it up ever since. Seasonal beers on tap. Located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Roxanne and Doug at Zot's Bar and Grill are proud sponsors of the Signature Player of the Week for the Curry's Hot Stove League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
All right, back to wrap things up.
Okay, Bobby.
Yeah.
But first of all, I want to wish some people happy birthday. I missed Kayla Zimmerman yesterday.
Okay.
That's my good friend Todd and Sherry Gilbert's daughter, Nate Zimmerman's wife, great gal, mother of 4, maybe 5 kids. I don't know. She's got a slew of them out there in Town Line Lake. But happy birthday, Kayla, yesterday. Then we have Andrea Myers. I missed her birthday yesterday. Andrea is Joe Myers' wife. She's a great cook, great housekeeper, great mother, and a great wife, and a great friend to almost all of her friends. And when I say that, it sounded unusual, I know, but anybody that's ever friended her is a friend of hers. I mean, Andrea is just a wonderful person. She comes from the Worth family from Chippewa. So happy birthday. I think she's 78 years old, I'm not sure. Or is it 38 years old? I can't remember. But anyway, Sean Waddell, grew up with Sean, went to St. Mary's with him, a year older than me, 71 years old, and that's today. Matt Wiersma, he He's only, I think he's older than 40, but anyway, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Matt. Suzanne Carrick, it's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Suzanne. Ben Myers, yep, he's getting up there in age too, still young. Jim Reed, happy birthday, Jim. My, kind of like my sister-in-law, Kim Whalen, they live down in Grand Haven, Steve, my brother, and her birthday's today. She turned 60. Joyce Reed, I think she's down in Florida. Happy birthday, Joyce. She used to work at Chemical Bank. And then we have, last but not least, Vicky Rocky. Good old name right here in Big Rapids.
There you
Turns
go.
another year older. So anyway, happy birthday to everyone. Happy anniversary to everyone, too. I don't know. We had a lot of them lately, too, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Should get on my list. I should bring a list of that stuff in.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You'll have a binder every year. You go back.
Right,
to the
right.
list, yeah.
So I'm going to go back to James and Caiden for a minute here. The football game, Dan Spadowski, we were talking about getting tickets for it today. I figured I'd just go and pay them $10 or whatever it was to get in there. But first of all, folks, you can't pay cash to get in, and you have to go online to get tickets. Wow. So you have to have a credit card with good credit. And how do we do that, Caiden or James? Which one of you guys want to tell us what website to get on to get that ticket?
I'm pretty sure it's called FanGo.
FanGo?
Yep.
Okay.
And you probably just look up Big Rapids and boom, it'll be right there.
Yeah, and then you'll get a ticket on your phone then, eh?
Yep, and then I think you just walk right up to the people checking the tickets, show them your phone, and they check you right in. Boom, you're good.
Yeah. Do you know the price of the game at all? It's pretty unfair to ask you because I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know for basketball, it's usually like the same it is to get in normally. So probably like $10 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Boy, we have a beautiful stadium, folks. If you have never been to Big Rapids Stadium, I'll tell you what, I don't know if anyone has a better stadium. I'm sure we have equal ones someplace out there. Rockford has a beautiful stadium, but what's it been like to play on that field, guys? Let's talk about that just for a couple of minutes. What's it like out there, James?
It feels pretty good. It's an awesome facility. All the people around us are good. The team is really good. We're all just like brothers, and everybody has each other's backs. But when you're out on that field and you score that first touchdown, the lights go bizarre, and all the fans, it's just an awesome feeling.
But how about speed-wise running on that turf? What's it like running on that, and then you go play on grass? You have different cleats for that, don't you? Or not?
No,
Yep.
we use the same cleats. Yep.
Okay, are they rubber?
Yeah.
Hard rubber?
Yep, like plastic.
Running-wise, you run a lot faster on that, eh? I mean, does it feel like you're flying on that?
Yeah, it feels like you're running on a cloud.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to cut unless it's really wet.
But I see Mossel hurt his knee.
Yep.
Did he hurt it on that turf? Is that where it happened or not?
I think he hurt it at Fruitport when he got tackled or something, but he's looking to be back this week or next week, so yeah.
He's an athlete too, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's just
really
a
good
junior,
athlete.
right?
Yep, just a junior.
Yeah.
And his little brother's really good too. He's a freshman.
Right. I think, you guys have a great team, and it's going to be remembered. It's not over yet, of course, but we do have some great athletes coming up from that 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th graders, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So, I mean, they might even outdo you guys. You don't know, do you?
Oh.
But it's pretty hard to replace you guys, I know. And like you say, the brotherhood, that's where it starts, doesn't it? You got your back. But then, don't you think that's a tribute to like your dad? Your dad's? I mean, your dad's really kept you guys together and did things with you guys, you know. I was telling yesterday, I think it was Bob, that the statistics on kids that get in trouble, 71 to 85%, depending what category you're in or what you did, are fatherless kids. It's sad. Mm-hmm. So some dads out there ought to be the ones that, well, they are going to prison today for some of the misfits that we unfortunately have. But good Lord, with a good dad, you're going to be successful. You got a chance in life. But you guys are very fortunate. But there's a lot of kids that aren't fortunate, and the statistics show that fathers are a big part in the family's life. That's for sure. We all knew that, but I just couldn't believe the high percentage of kids that get in trouble. Do you have kids that come into your program, Chad, that you've helped out being a father to?
Yeah, definitely. Some of them don't have a good male role model, mm-hmm. you know, and they're getting in trouble, and they're, you know, I just try to give them a focus and give them something to look forward to, you know, and it helps out a lot. You know, their behaviors change, and you know, I work in the school district too, so as a behavior interventionist up here, and you definitely can tell the difference with the kids that don't have that solid male role model. And, you know, if you can fill that gap or fill that hole for them, you know, it's rewarding.
Is there an age there that it's just no going back? You feel, or do you think everybody's set?
You know what? I don't think there's any age that you cannot change. I think there's always an opportunity for people to change, and all they need is just someone to show them the way.
But you know, I mean, if you got a bad, you know what, daddy, it's almost like it's in their blood. I mean, I got one guy that comes in the gas station. His dad he's just exactly. He said he was not going to be like his dad, and he's exactly like his dad.
Yeah, I see that sometimes.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys are lucky. You have good folks. You have good blood in you, you know, and you're going to be successful in whatever you do. It shows it on the field and it shows off the field. I'm very proud to be from Big Rapids with a lot of young people coming up today. I think this generation, is going to be very good, don't you, Chad? I mean,
I do. It's looking promising. Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're going to let the radio station go on with their next life of music. Great, and by the way, you played good music this morning. But anyway, don't forget about the buck pole. We'll talk more about that next week. And like I said, we got some new sponsors. Car Center down in Rogers Heights, the collision shop down there, jumped on the wagon. They're going to be helping out. We just got a lot of good people coming, and they're really going to have a great year in the buck pole.
There you go.
Hopefully one of you guys will have one big buck out there, you know, and bring it in. But anyway, Ludington, get on.
Let's get Chad's event one more time.
Yeah, Chad's event too, but the football game Friday night, 7 o'clock?
Yep.
Chad, one more time on your...
We're having two-piece promotions, cage fight and Cadillac Civic Center, November 16th. We got some local sponsors, M&M Collision, Baker Auto Group, Dark Side Tattoo up in Cadillac. They're all helping out and chipping in. We also want to try and do like a Toys for Tots drive for some of the families around the area where we could have a drop-off spot. If anybody is willing to help out with that, go ahead and get a hold of me and let me know. That way we can get some of the families for Christmas that might be not as fortunate as others around here. And that way we can sort of help them out and take care of them.
Good. You know, I don't want to forget about this last weekend either. I want to hats off to Tia and company up there at Ferris Volleyball. She's undefeated, just an awesome team she has right now, but she's just an awesome person. You know, we had some of her players on here a few weeks ago and herself, and you could see the admiration that they have for their coach. Tia is one of probably the top, got to be one of the top all-time volleyball coaches in Division II. Got an impeccable record and just a great team this year. So if you get a chance, get online, fairstatebulldog.com, and they'll tell you when they're playing. I think they're playing here this weekend.
Okay.
But anyway, it's online. You get a chance, go up and see that facility. It's new. It's been there a couple of years now, but it's beautiful inside there, and these girls are great athletes. The other thing I want to touch on real quick, I want to congratulate Tony and Neeson Company up there and Bill Shively. He's a big part of it. I said to Bill Thursday before Saturday's game against Grand Valley, I says, well, Billy, I said, what's the chances? He goes, we can beat them. We can beat them if we come to play. We can beat them. And Monday morning, there wasn't a bigger, happier smile on his face. It was Monday morning. Bulldogs is all Billy. And they beat Grand Valley hands down. So, I mean, they're going to go into postseason here pretty quick, looking pretty good. They're playing Northern this weekend up at Northern, which probably will be easy for them. Hopefully they don't take it too easy, but Northern's not having a good year. But then after that, I think Bill said they play Davenport and the Saginaw Valley. So there's two tough teams they're going to be playing right there before postseason. But right now there is a lot of people. I know Tony's not this way and his coaches aren't this way, or they're not looking to postseason. But a lot of people are already talking about whether they're leaving to go to Florida, saying we'll see you in Texas. So the heat's on. You know, they're all
big
looking forward.
Expectations.
Yeah, they're all looking for. Well, it could happen. Very well could happen the way they're playing right now. Keep those penalties down, boys. But anyway, that being said, what else? Ferris soccer, great year, huh?
Right.
And Big Rapids tennis, John Cole and company did a great job. I tell you, Big Rapids, we're lucky, aren't we, James? How many good teams we have. Everybody's winning. How about the girls volleyball at the high school? How are they doing this year? Caiden, what's their record?
I'm not sure, but I don't think it's too hot this year.
Okay, enough said. No. Well, at least you know it, right? Did you ever go to the games?
Oh, sometimes, yeah. But usually we have football on those days, so it's hard to make it.
Yeah. Well, they're trying, right? They got some good volleyball players coming up. I'll tell you, the Tacey girl, Tori, she's a 7th grader at St. Mary. She's going to be, you're going to hear her name in volleyball when she comes up to high school. Hopefully my little mad dog too. But anyway, there's a lot of good athletes coming up, young girls and boys. So that's good. What else? Ludington Friday night.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, Friday
7
night.
o'clock.
7 o'clock and go to Fan.
Go Fan, I'm pretty sure.
Go Fan.
Or Fan Go, one of those.
You're pretty sharp, Caden. I like that. You got a good mind on you. You're going to be very successful. I like you on the radio. He's done a good job.
There you go,
Both,
yeah.
both these guys have.
Sure.
And Chad, you've done a nice job today too. Well, and our closing remarks are going to be what, Bobby?
Thank our sponsors.
Yeah, you got Sots Bar and Grill, and
yeah.
we're going to give the player of the week. This week's going to be James Brandt and Caiden Schuberg.
Okay.
Huh?
All right.
Yep.
Sounds
You guys are players of the week. You know, not only you're good football players, but you're good young Americans. So God bless America, Bobby. Anything else, Chad?
No.
We want to remind
we want to thank Big Rapids Tire, too.
Big Rapids Tire, yeah. Andrew does a great job. Boy, he's done a nice facelift down there. If you haven't seen Big Rapids Tire, stop in.
Place to sit outside.
Yeah. You can smoke your cigarette outside. But no, it looks good down there. He's doing a great job. Got Nick down there doing the heavy equipment stuff. He's probably the best tire man in town, if not in Western Michigan. But that being said, too, a very important vote coming up, folks. If you forgot to vote, you still can vote right up until next Tuesday. If you want to know who to vote for, stop into Curries, and I'll be sure to tell you.
yeah.
I'm kind of retired, so I might not be in there. So don't take it against my boys and say, "Oh, we're going to boycott Curries." Just
I
because
think
the
all
old
you need
man
to do
stand
is
up.
just drive by the station and you get Pat Curry's voters.
Well, yeah, no, my boys won't let me do that anymore. But I will say I want to wish Bruce Borkovich a birthday yesterday. We celebrated that. He turned 66 years old. He's running for Big Rapids Township. Bruce is the man. I mean, if you haven't met him, try to meet him. He's a very good man. I know I talked to a lady that has the opposite sides of what Bruce believes in. But you know what she told me? She goes, you know what? You're right. He did listen to me. He didn't belittle me. He didn't argue with me. He didn't try to get me to cross over. He told me what his reason was, why he is voting the way he's voting, and why he believes in what he believes in. He's a good person.
Great
And
guy.
that's all you want. You don't want somebody to, just because you have different views, to belittle you or discredit you or say you're drinking the wrong Kool-Aid or, you're idiots. How can there be that many idiots in America? We know better than that. But don't slam your neighbor just because he believes in Kamala or he believes in Trump. It bothers me terribly. I hate to finish off like this today, but I tell you what, there's some really good people in this community are making themselves look pretty bad. Once you put that on Facebook, those words you can't take back. Time you can't take back.
Yep.
Opportunities you can't get again unless you take them today, if it comes ahead of you. You just got to do it. But when you put something on Facebook that's going to make you look bad or disrespect somebody, it's not good. Enough babbling. The wind's blowing, so am I. So I'll let you go. Chad, say goodbye to America.
Goodbye.
Yep. James, any last thoughts?
Thanks for having us on the show today.
Well, glad to have you. You guys look great in those hats. Caiden, any last thoughts?
Nope, thanks for having us.
Yeah, well, you guys been great guests. I'm glad you came in here in the last minute like you did. That was great that your coach let you on, and the school can have you back. God bless you both. Good luck Friday night. Go Cardinals, right?
Yep.